Words with Mayor McKay.
The province recently declared level 4 drought conditions for all of British Columbia, and we know it's dry. What role or how does this affect what the city's doing as far as the conditions right now?
Well, we have to understand exactly what it is that they're doing.
What that means.
Right. Level 4 drought conditions means that they have a concern about water availability, particularly for people who draw from wells and from rivers and streams. People who store water, such as what we do in Nanaimo, in a reservoir, that's a completely different situation. That's where you're starting to run into some of these challenges. The regional district of Nanaimo, for example, they've gone a step further on their watering restrictions simply because of this lack of availability of water being stored, for example, in underground. You're coming from aquifers and wells and whatnot.
So where are we at right now? When or when not are you allowed to use water?
Well, they've tightened up the restrictions so that houses can only water and sprinkle at certain times. There are certain activities such as washing driveways and sidewalks. Those are completely off the table right now. So you need to go to nanaimo.ca, look up the watering restrictions, and they may in fact be tightened up even further. This week we're going to be reviewing them to determine whether or not there's some other conservation measures that we can take.
I couldn't help but think there were so many fires recently, 17, or was it 13 fires in 72 hours,
Yes.
all caused by human error. All of those fires need water to put them out.
Yes.
Are we going to get in a position where we don't have enough water to put out our own fires?
No. The city of Nanaimo has a very, very robust reservoir, and we're very conservative with our water use. We're one of the lowest in BC, as a matter of fact. So they're telling us now that we're still at 90% of the reservoir capacity in Nanaimo, and we're expecting some rain in the near future. Waste it? No, don't, because one of the biggest uses of water over the summer period is for watering lawns, believe it or not.
I want my kids to go out playing in the sprinkler and things, but I've been resisting that. It seems wasteful.
Well, it does, and I would encourage you to take your kids down to one of our water parks, where your kids, along with 10 other kids, can use as much water in a 10-minute period and share it.
Excellent. Now, you've been receiving a lot of praise for how you've been handling the current situation. What have you been doing?
The current situation with respect to water?
Yeah,
Well,
or drought or fires or just everything we're dealing with right now.
Well, it's all about messaging. It's all about getting that messaging out. Right now, with respect to fires, I really need to encourage people, if you've got a car that was built after 2001 and you smoke, get a little water bottle, put it in your car with a couple inches of water in it, put your butts in there, don't throw them out the window. It's amazing, you'll stop at a stoplight on one of our streets and you'll look over it in the median and you'll see cigarette butts all over it. We can't be having that, because that's where the fires are starting.
Go interactive with
Annette. We're at the Nanaimo Bathtub Society office to find out about some little-known trivia facts about the bathtub races. Of course, they're only a few weeks away, but did you know they actually have legal tender? Telling us all about it is Margaret Johnson, who is the Vice Commodore of the Nanaimo Bathtub Society. And tell me, how is it that the Bathtub Society managed to get legal tender?
Well, this goes back to 1969, 2 years after the race started, and somebody had the idea of producing a bathtub coin, and it's actually the longest circulating coin in Canada. It's been produced every year, and in 1999 we started producing a 3-coin set, which comes in a CD case.
The coins themselves, you actually had to go through a process, and they're legal tender. Why is that?
There is different types of coins that people collect, and one of them is a trade dollar. And in order to be an official trade dollar, it has to be declared by the mayor as legal tender. And ours is legal tender during bathtub season until the 30th of September.
Now, it used to be that you could actually take these dollars and there were participating merchants and you could trade them in and buy things for them, but that's not really the case today, but they are still very much of interest to people.
Yes, we have some people that have been collecting them since day one.
I actually saw some postings on eBay. I saw one for $30, but one of them that's worth a lot more is a special edition. Tell me about that, Margaret.
In 1969, the day of the race was the day that the man was hopefully going to land on the moon. So the Society minted several coins, and I'm not quite sure how many. And the man actually did land on the moon, so that coin is worth about $70 now.
That's pretty neat. It has a special little stamp on there, and what they did was they had to stop the run, so it was the only year I understand that they had a split. They had the regular coin and the special edition coin. All right, so there is a new coin for this year?
Yes, this year it's the 50th anniversary of the joint use of the CF meter test ranges at Nanaimo, and we're saluting them.
If you want to know more about the coin sets, you can always stop in at the Lower Nanaimo Bathtub Society office or check out their webpage and get your own set too.
Having cake with the Kerplunks, Premier Baseball right here in the Harbor City, and the Ucluelet Aquarium, one of only 3 of its kind in Canada.